Hello out there, you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear listening into another Gamer's Thoughts discussion. And this time I'm going to do something I've been wanting to do since I heard about it and because it was funny to me. And I get to drag a game developer because he said something that was so very dumb and stupid and then went on to prove that what he said was dumb and stupid. And that's the one Mr. David Jaffe. Okay. I get that you may not like a particular series. That's not my point here. But you went on to basically say that the game design of Metroid Dread was antiquated. And, I'm just. Bruh. I'm just thinking. Now, anyone listening can follow my logic here. But if you're a game designer and you think that a method of game design is antiquated, old, pointless, it's nostalgic and all that bullshit, wouldn't you be capable? I'm just saying, as a game designer, wouldn't you be capable of recognizing those things when you play that same game? Like, seriously, wouldn't you, or shouldn't you at least be able to recognize those things in the game that you're playing, especially when the game tells you to do it? Now, Metroid Dread outright tells you if you get stuck, use Samus's arm cannon and shoot around. You may just find something. Go to areas you've explored, explore them again with her arm cannon, and shoot things to see what pops up, what opens up. Now, I'm just going to spitball this here, but old school Metroid did the same thing, but it didn't tell you to do it. You had to figure it out. Now, there were definite clues, like certain enemy placement, where they just didn't make any damn sense. So you shoot them and potentially shoot one too many times and find something. I'm just sitting here like, how do you have the gall to go here and talk all this smack about this game? It's a 3 out of 10 at best. That could be your opinion. Trust me, I don't care if you don't like it. But if you didn't like it, and then you proceed to play it, and you are incapable of playing the game well at all, and you're a game designer, all the tropes that are in Metroid have been there since the damn series has started. So you as a game designer should have been able to recognize them. And I saw some of the shots of you playing the game, and I'm like, dude, there's a block you can shoot right there. I can tell just because I can see the discoloration on it. Now, I don't know about your eyesight. Maybe you have some colorblind issues or something like that. But I'm just sitting here like, if you're a game designer, for one, even if you have color blindness, you should be able to reference what the game said earlier and take that knowledge into account and be like, oh, okay, hold on. Maybe I'm missing something. Let me shoot around this room. Let me shoot around these different rooms. I saw this dude pass by the same block several times. And I'm like, whoa, nope. I would have shot that. I would have pointed a cannon at it and shot it and figured out what was there. Maybe it's a hidden path. Maybe it's an item upgrade. You don't know. But it's just like, dude. And I didn't watch everything he played, his full playthrough. I just saw some of the clips of it. You can't drag the design of the game if you don't understand it yourself, like, as a game designer, I'm not talking about people who are not game designers who don't understand how Metroid's design philosophy works. But I'm just like, and if there's anybody you would really want to listen to on something like that, go check out Game Creators Toolkit. That's or Game Makers Toolkit. That's probably a better person to listen to than David Jaffe, because he breaks down how the games are designed, how it tells you what you need to do in order to find stuff, even how the games will remind you at some point later down the line, just in case you forgot, without actually telling you. And I love God of War. I'm not going to lie. I love God of War. But, bruh, I have no problem dragging you through the dirt for saying something stupid and then proving that you yourself have no idea what you're talking about. And while I'm talking about this, because I know somebody's got to be thinking, but Andre, that just because he's a game designer doesn't mean he has to be good at a video game. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if he's a game designer and he understands the design philosophy of the game that he's talking all that trash about, then he should be capable of playing it at least decently enough to figure out when he's passing by an item. I'm not talking about his skill at taking down the different enemies. I'm simply talking about recognizing where there are obstacles and options and pathways that he can take and items that he can find. That's what I'm talking about. As a game designer, your mind should work over how the game works and how you can either, one, supersede what the game does because you are a game designer. And there are many that are capable of doing this. Some that have been in the industry far longer, i.e. Sakurai. And also, if you're a game designer, you should be able to look for things that tell you how the game works while you're playing it. That's how your mind should work. At least that's how mine works, and I don't make games. At least not yet. I've been finagling with a few different engines. I got actually several on my computer right now that I'm just doing little bits and stuff with. But that's beside the point here. If you're a game designer, you should be able to pick up on the tropes of the game's design. There are no two ways about that. It literally gives you an advantage in playing a video game. It most certainly should give you an advantage in playing a video game. There's no two ways about that. So either he doesn't pay attention to stuff, or he was talking out his ass. Maybe both. But I just don't get this whole thing where, oh, well, I don't like it, and it became successful, so I have to say something about it. Just shut up. Sometimes keep those things to yourself. Because him posting that gameplay wouldn't have even been a problem had he not run his mouth. People would just be like, wow, damn, he sucks at this game. But because he ran his mouth, he's getting shit talked. It's that's what happened. He opened his mouth, put his foot in his mouth, and then proceeded to eat his foot. Got his whole leg down the back of his throat. This is why you shouldn't run your mouth about things and then make a fool of yourself afterwards. Now, granted, he probably didn't foresee that happening. Probably figured, well, I design games, I'll be able to run through this no problem. Which honestly should have been the case. That's the whole entire point of what I'm saying. Because I could understand. He probably thought, well, I'm crapping on this game. I might as well show people exactly why I'm crapping on this game and then proceed to not be able to show them while you're crapping on the game. And I know somebody's going to be, well, but he was talking about the issues of the game as he was failing. No, he was talking about the issues of the game as he was failing at the game because he was failing at the game. Because, I'm sorry, as a Metroid fan, or as a fan of adventure RPG titles in general, which all follow a similar vein to Metroid, that's why it's called Metroidvania. If I can figure out how something works from watching your gameplay that you don't, that's an issue with you. Not me, not the game, because the game quite clearly was communicating, hey, there's something here. Pay attention to this location. And you did not do it. Not everything has to be verbalized. Not everything has to be word for word. Oh, you have to go here, Samus, and find that little box and then shoot it and then pick up that item. It'll make you 5 times stronger. That should never have to be the case with a video game. It should not have to openly tell you where everything is, unless it's going to be one of those creative games that does it as, some sort of mind blow. Like where it tells you something is there, but it does other things that make you believe it's not true just for you to go do it and find out it is. And I'm just like, you put your foot in your mouth. You just, I get that he was trying to use his failing as some sort of gotcha for it. But then I'm like, but all the stuff that you failed at was simple and easy to figure out stuff. That's the problem. Like, that's my biggest problem. So, like, even if you haven't played Metroid, if you played any game like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, if you played, damn, what's the name of that game? Indivisible, because it had some elements like that in it. If you've played a recent one, Record of Lodoss War, Deedlit, and Wonder Castle, Wonder Labyrinth. Hell, any of the older Castlevania games, even the more linear ones, had hidden items. If you've played Mario, you've played Sonic. Any 2D based platformer that you've played would potentially have hidden items and things that look out of place so that you as the player know, oh, I need to check that out. That's what gets me is like he's so unaware of this. That's what I don't understand. Like, how are you that unaware of this? Because you got into game design because you played video games at some point in your life. You enjoyed video games. And being that David Jaffe's older than me, I'm pretty sure he's played a lot of 2D games. Even though Metroid Dread is not a 2D game in presentation, it is only in styling, playstyle. But you would think, okay, well, I've played so many of these types of games. Let's just let me recall my experience and use that to understand how to get through this game. There is a reason that Metroidvania is a thing. And you can't even play the game that's at the forefront of it after bashing it. Yeah, that looks more bad on you, my buddy. But I'm done. I'm done with my 15-minute dragging of David Jet. Well, close to 15 minutes. he put his foot in his mouth. He ate his foot. That's on him. It's his fault for running the gambit on that. Thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears up for more stuff from me. And until the next time, enjoy your games and peace out, everybody.